UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall has signed with Eddie Hearn's newly established Matchroom Talent Agency. The signing and the establishment of Matchroom's new agency was announced on Thursday, and a huge move for both Aspinall and the British promoter. Hearn, who was the chairman of Matchroom Boxing, has guided the careers of former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and two-weight undisputed women's champion Katie Taylor, will now manage and advise Aspinall in his move into MMA. The UFC champ had teased an announcement on social media Thursday with the caption, "Back to business." Now, let's be honest, guys. The reason why Eddie Hearn went out of his way to do this is because Dana White stole Conor Benn from Matchroom Boxing and signed him to Zuffa. And he basically signed Conor Benn to a one-fight, $12 to $15 million deal, and he's going to be fighting Regis Prograis. So, Eddie Hearn, he clapped back quick, man. In less than 2 weeks, Eddie Hearn said, okay, you're going to steal my boxer? I'm going to sign the heavyweight champ. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm surprised about this, man. It's very rare to see a boxing promoter sign and manage a UFC heavyweight champion, bro. Like Eddie Hearn, bro, I got to salute you for this, man, because this is a great look. So Hearn said that he believes the move is an ideal step next for both him and Matchroom, and hailed Aspinall as the perfect first signing. He says, "It has become a guiding principle to seek out people who are humble but heroic in equal measure. Their journey is our journey, their triumph is our purpose," Hearn said. UFC champ Tom Aspinall is the perfect embodiment of that, and he is the ideal inaugural member of our team. Now, let's get into what Ariel Helwani had to say about this, who is highly invested in the sport of MMA. He mostly covers the MMA along with other things. And this is what he said. He said, "There are times when the UFC calls up fighters and says, 'We're not talking to your manager. If you want this fight, if you want this deal, you're going to have to talk to us.' So the UFC could just say, 'We're not talking to you.' Then Tom could say, 'Well, if you're not talking to him, you're not talking to me.' There's going to be a game of chicken here. Tom's not a free agent. He's the champion. We all know how long it takes to get out of the contract. So this is going to be a fascinating story to follow." He goes on to say, "A unique thing about Tom Aspinall is that he has never had a manager in the UFC. And trust me, every manager under the sun has tried to sign him. He's had his dad represent him. Some way, somehow, Eddie Hearn was able to convince him that he would be the best guy and that he's well suited to negotiate. After one announcement, Eddie is now the most qualified manager in combat sports, maybe even overqualified given what he's done over the last 25 years. So, man, this beef between Dana White and Eddie Hearn, man, it's getting nasty, bro. At this point, it's getting nasty. I wouldn't be surprised if Dana White ends up reaching out to Anthony Joshua and tries to get Anthony Joshua to somehow come to the UFC and have his first fight in the octagon, because these guys are going tit for tat at this point, man. This has become personal, okay? Eddie Hearn goes on to say, "When I started talking to Tom, I found a guy that was removed of his mojo. I told him, 'Get your head up. You are the UFC heavyweight champ and one of the biggest stars in combat sports. Let's go and get what you effing deserve.'" Now, Tom Aspinall, he's coming off of a no contest against Cyril Gane. The fight was stopped due to Cyril Gane viciously poking Tom Aspinall in his eye. I do think Cyril Gane was winning the fight up to that point, but they had to stop the fight because Tom Aspinall was saying that he couldn't see. Since then, he's had multiple, surgeries on his eye because he's still complaining about eye vision. So maybe now that he signed this management deal with Eddie Hearn, maybe we can finally get Tom Aspinall back in the octagon, and we can get the rematch between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane, and eventually get the match between Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones, okay? Jon Jones said that he wanted to be on the UFC White House card. It's looking like that fight between Jon Jones and Alex Pereira is shaky. We don't know if it's going to happen. Some people are saying Jon Jones is going to retire again. We don't know, but what we do know is we definitely need Tom Aspinall back in the octagon, man. But I wonder how this is going to affect Tom Aspinall's career, man, because, we already know Dana White, he's going to make this hard for Eddie Hearn, bro. Like, when it's time to negotiate future fights for Tom Aspinall, Dana White is going to do everything in his power to make Eddie Hearn's life a living hell, man. So we'll see what happens, man. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.